me up just a little bit. It's about to get there. Everybody, we need you. So wake
Kendrick
up.
Dial, and I am a spoken word artist and the band leader for the Lyrical Groove. Born and raised Dallas, Texas, pretty much, the country city kid, living, loved playing basketball, coming up, pretty close with my grandparents, had mother, father, 2 sisters. I always joke with my friends, like I didn't realize how poor we were until we left. We had everything that we needed and the laughs and even through the troubling times, we had the laughs and the heart and the love there. I think for me, it was kind of that lesson that, it's really about the relationships and the people that make life so much meaningful than just having things. My early part in the military, I was in Japan, and I remember specifically talking to this young lady when I was in Japan who was on the ship, and she was like, so, what do you want to do or whatnot? And I was really just kind of starting to dabble in the poetry. Being in Japan, I was experiencing a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions that I hadn't really dealt with before in terms of, sadness from being away, the culture shock, and all these different dynamics. And so I started writing, and then I would type up these poems and I would email them back to my friends and family back at home, and I just got a lot of encouragement to keep going and keep doing it and keep doing it. One of the first things I did when I was writing the poetry was I actually wrote a book of poetry called The Joint, The Journey Notwithstanding, Life, Love, and Lessons Learned. It was actually pretty much a collection of the poetry that I'd written when I was on the ship. One of my challenges in the military was they only wanted the sailor, and I wanted to show up and bring Kendrick Dial. So I told myself when I got to San Diego, I was gonna look for poetry spots and try to really get into it. When I did finally get locked into it, it just kind of opened me up to so much more of San Diego and connected to so many more long-lasting relationships that I still have today.
Wake up, wake up, and put the smokers in your cups. So wake up, wake up, wake up, and put the smokers in your cups.
So I connected with my brother Melvin Parker. He hit me up at the 504 Gallon and was like, hey, can you come through? Being there and kind of working with him in terms of, I see he was starting to build a show, and for whatever reason, whatever host what was supposed to be there couldn't make it or whatnot, and so I was like, I feel it, whatever. And that kind of connected me with, following in with a different form of entertainment in terms of being an MC and a host. It really opened me up to being a pretty good host. Myself and Black and Rudy Francisco got asked to perform at Indie Fest here in San Diego. And so I had the idea hey, let's get a couple musicians, if nothing else, we can just kind of vibe with them, see what to do. It was cool. It really worked. The music actually kind of helped bring people in. From that point on, we actually started doing this poetry with music. And then just through natural transition, Rudy started touring more. Ant moved up to Paris, and in terms of doing gigs, it really didn't mesh as well. So at that point, my good friend GK met with him, and then this other keyboard player who had kind of came in, Mike from Tennessee, his brother Rob was playing with us at the time. He came in and started gigging with us. And then we just had yo, let's try this. Let's see what this do. And I'll never forget it. We did a gig at the Ruby Room. When people started dancing to, my poetry and the music and everything, it was just oh, we can do this. This is dope. That was that. I was like, oh, he was just pumped. He was like, all right, let's do this. We actually won a couple San Diego Music Awards. The first year we won for Best Hip Hop Album, and then the following year we won for Best Hip Hop Artist. It was pretty humbling at the same time to kind of see that, our city was, recognized us and kind of saw that what we did was pretty something to be reckoned with. At the end of the day, I really just want my impact to be made in terms of the lives that I've touched. That's the impact that I want people to have from my music. I do stuff for fun, but mainly if you listen to the Lyrical Kendrick Dial and Lyrical Groove, you're gonna hear some type of message that hopefully helps you deal with life or see things in a slightly different way, or just connect with life in a way that hopefully uplifts you. I want to be able to kind of just write my ticket and live life to the fullest. I want to explore, I want to find out more about me. I'm still learning me so that I can be the best form of me. What's going on, good folks? My name is Kendrick Dial, the band leader for the Lyrical Groove, and you are watching The Block.